This year, the main theme of the Open Innovations Forum is connected to game changers and their influence on the global economy. How do you think, who are the game changers?
The big game changers are divided into three different groups. The big data analysts, the new international thinking about linking emerging markets and established markets, and the third is the next generation of mobile and mobile money, mobile technology and mobile connectivity.
How global markets are being affected under the influence of game changers?
Well, first of all, what is probably one of the very interesting things and will be very interesting at the Moscow Forum for Innovative Development is that we're seeing more and more examples of things happening in emerging markets that are having an influence on the established markets. So for example, some things happening in Africa that are having an impact in Russia. And it's quite coincidental because Russia is now looking at establishing greater links with Africa and with India and with Brazil. So this is a very important, interesting new development that will be very beneficial.
The market of wireless mobile devices is growing so fast, and it is expected that by 2020 all people all over the world will be connected with each other. How do you think that will influence the global economy?
It's already, mobile is very important. I mean, Russia is very interesting in that for Russia has got a population of around 140 million people. There are almost 240 million mobile subscribers in Russia. So it's nearly two for every, but that's because you have two ears, so you have different phone like this. One, two. But seriously, why this is very important is that something that started in Africa, which is mobile money and mobile commerce, where you use your minutes to pay for things. You can pay for a bottle of kvar, and you can pay for your university fees on your phone. So that's become very important, and mobile commerce is very important. But there are now 7 billion mobile phone users. But the other important thing is, and why the Moscow Forum is so important, is that over the next 2 years we're going to see 50 billion devices connected, machine to machine talking to each other. Your phone talking to your car, your phone talking to your house, your phone talking to your mother-in-law. No. Yes.
How do you estimate Russia's role and development prospects in this sphere?
Well, for a start, just from a mobile perspective, Vimpelcom, which is a very important Russian mobile phone company, number 3 in the Russian market, has now recently established a development office for international in Amsterdam, acquiring interests in different companies. If you look at Megafon and MTS, same thing, also getting involved. But the whole area of additional devices, machine to machine, very, very important area. Another key area where Russian technology and Russian intellectual thinking is going to play a very big role is connected health and wellness. Connected health through devices where you will have with your phone, I can take my phone, put my phone on my chest, and the phone will read my blood pressure, my glucose levels, my heart rate, and especially for older citizens, it's going to be an interesting way for people to have medical attention from a distance. Distance diagnosis, distance connection of the device to the body.
What do you expect from the Open Innovations Forum?
For me, when I came to the Moscow Forum last October, what was amazing to me was to see the way in which Moscow had gathered together the key disciplines of the future. That is innovation in space, innovation in medicine, innovation in commerce, innovation in the environment. These are all key areas in which the government here in Russia has a big focus, and I think that the Moscow Forum plays a critical role in bringing together some of the best thinkers in the world to talk about some of the new key leading edges of what's coming next. To know what's coming next, people always used to say, what's going to happen in the next 20 years. You can no longer do that. You can't say what's going to happen in the next 20 years because you can only say what's going to happen in the next 3 years or 5 years maximum. So what's going to happen in the next 2 years or 3 years, and the Moscow Forum is a fantastic gathering of people that know what is coming next. And to know what is coming next, you have to have an understanding of how to look over the horizon. How do you know where the sun is going to come up from? It might be in the east, it might be in the south. Imagine that, the sun coming up in the south, if it's Brazil or if it's Africa.
What would you wish to the participants of the Open Innovations Forum?
The best thing that I wish for the participants is that they will find a whole new way of interacting with Russia. For me, the important thing is dealing with some really important new thinking and new developments in Russia. If Russia and its 83 regions in Russia is a very important area, there could be development that comes not just from St. Petersburg or from Moscow, because let's face it, that's only 11 to 13% of Russia's population. The other 85, 86, 87%. There are some fantastically smart people all over Russia, and these are things that all come towards the Moscow Forum to show that innovation and innovation development, innovation thinking, such an important part of the Putin presidency.
And what would you wish to the participants of the youth program of the Open Innovations Forum?
Young people are going to be the changing oil, the lubrication for the future. They still need older heads on, but if you can get young heads on old shoulders, where you mix the older, experienced with the younger ideas, and sometimes, of course, if you find very well-known Russians, now American, Sergey Brin, who really got his schooling and his education in Russia, and it's really that Russian training that led to the founding of Google, just as an example. But this blending of young ideas, young people who have come up with social media as a very important highway for their thinking and ideas, because after all today the most important thing is which idea is going to connect. If you've got a fantastic idea and that idea can spread, and it will spread with social media, then this is the way that also for export, developing jobs, developing opportunity, developing an economy. Russia has always been reliant upon energy as an important sector. But what about brain energy? Brain energy, intellectual energy, ideas energy, that's the energy business I like to be in.
So thank you so much for your answers, and we really hope to see you during the Open Innovations Forum in October 2013.
Thank you very much. Пока!